I always get a little bit worried every single time I open the stream because I feel like I'm gonna like forget something or do something wrong, and that will make the issues as to how it looks and how it sounds and how it feels. But usually I do remember the order of events that I need to engage in order to have a smooth start to the stream itself. I don't know if this time will be a how we say exception to that rule, but hopefully it isn't. All right, let's play some video games. It's been a little bit. I bumped my controller on the table, so that's why I freaked out a little bit there. I apologize for that. That wasn't becoming of me as your host on this wonderful evening. But at least I try. Linkle mod. How far? We're 27 hours in. That's pretty decent. Is that a pretty decent amount of time? That's a pretty decent amount of time to play video games, I think. Alright, so this time we're actually gonna, beat the video game. You're getting low on pennies. Also, the raptor too big for... What? I don't know what you're saying. Also, I watched the video you sent to the Discord, and I laughed out loud. Thank you for that. That was very funny. I liked it a lot. I laughed. I had a great time. Thank you for sharing that. How are you doing? How is your week? You streamed when I was at rehearsal, which was rude. Have to say, that was a little rude. A little sad. I had to check just to make sure that my mic was on. I was worried that I had managed to mute myself for like the last, 2 minutes? That would have been very bad. Hopefully we have good... It seems like we got good bit rate. It seems like... Okay, we're in a good place. We're fine. I'm nervous, but we're fine. Ridley was an option for Super Smash Bros. He was discarded back then because he was considered too... big. Ah, you lost to Ridley. I'm sorry. Ridley is one of my favorite characters, actually. I adore Ridley. I really like playing the Riddler. But Ridley's very fun. Oh. Okay. You can't cause them immense pain, grief, and discomfort by throwing them off the sky. They fly back up. They thought about that. Now, why did I do that? The music in this section is so weird. We're already at the city in the sky? Indeed we are. I was supposed to beat it last stream, but I didn't realize how much busy work they had you do before the city in the sky. Yeah. So I decided to put it off until this stream. How are you doing, Ghost Grim? I hope you are well. I need to find that video about samples and put it in the Discord. I keep saying I'm gonna do that, and then I don't do that because I'm a dirty liar. And I love lying. Give me bird. Okay. This is not a dungeon I remember too fondly. I'm gonna be honest. This was always one I had trouble with. This was always one I was a little bit not so good at. So we're gonna figure it out and see if my more lumpy adult brain will be capable of understanding its intricacies better. Who's this guy? That's a cool looking enemy. Oh. Huh. That was way simpler than I was expecting it to be. But okay, I'll take it. Interesting. Ah, would you look at that? I wonder what this does. What if it was called City Makes You Cry because you forgot a chest 2 real-life hours ago on the other side of the dungeon? Relatable and real. And I think that's how, the city in the sky this game's water temple? Because that's usually what gets people about the water temple. Is forgetting a chest 2 real-life hours ago. How's everyone doing on this wonderful Thursday night? It is one of the Thursdays of all time, I think. It is indeed a Thursday. But this game already had a water temple? Yeah, but it's not, like, hard. You know what I mean? This is the one that's, like, all weird and hard. You saw a meteorite this morning, like, in the ground or in the sky? Because you could have picked up the meteorite and made a cool sword out of it. I am not privy to most celestial objects. I don't get to see them. I remember when I was younger, I did actually end up getting a telescope. And I used it once to look at the moon, and it was quite good. It was really awesome to be able to look at the moon. I like the telescope. In the sky, it was falling way too far to go get. Sad. You could have had a really cool sword. I'm sorry you missed out on your cool space sword. We've actually been rewatching, my sister and I, we've been rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender. Very good show. People might not realize, this might be a secret to most individuals, but Avatar: The Last Airbender is a very good show. You hope it was a meteorite, it was a white heart fireball, and saw a break of it piece off and trailed to the left. It might have been a satellite. Maybe it was a satellite. Did you ever consider that it might have been a satellite? We can't do anything here, right? Not yet. We need a key. Interesting. Wait. Haven't seen anyone talking about on the lines yet. Like on the websites and the online news. Why would they talk about that when they could talk about something way more fun and interesting? Like latest culture war topic. That would be way more fun and interesting for them to do, I think. Yep, see, I'm already confused. Look at this place. It's already got me confused. Oh, wait. I have to be in a call. Oh, that didn't work at all. It was considering maybe a defunct satellite. It could have been. Just hope there was. The damage was minimal. Yeah, I'm hoping it didn't hit anything. I'm hoping something better than you are. I just needed to use the bird. I don't know why I thought I had to do something cool with the claw shot. You pick up a bird and you run with it. Yeah, Avatar: The Last Airbender is a really good show, but I'm really mad that I have to call it by its full legal name instead of just Avatar, because there might be like 4 people out there who go, Jake Sully and Neytiri, and it's like, no, James Cameron. We're not talking about James Cameron. We're talking about the good Avatar, the only good Avatar. And I mean that. There has been nothing that came out after Avatar: The Last Airbender that bears the name Avatar that is decent. Not one! Oh man, everything I learn about that series makes me sad. They really hit, I think they had like actual lightning in a bottle when they made Avatar, right? They just have not been able to match the level of quality in both like storytelling and world building and like writing And I find that tragic. They just have never been able to do it. I don't know if everybody agrees with that, but... You've been good, though? Finish the summer classes Tuesday and turn in your last assignment, so you're done. Done with school for a little bit. Unless you still have more school to do. I'm sorry if you do, but... You're done with school for the summer? Yeah, I guess it is summer, isn't it? August? August? People love August? I can't do anything down here yet. Gotta go across the way. James Cameron Blue Chick. Yeah, exactly, that one. I watched the original Avatar, and I have to say the only thing in the entire movie that stuck with me is the guy falling off the ship. The one that hates... Woo, the one that hates Sully. Is that his name? James Sully? James P. Sullivan? Am I getting him mixed up with the blue monster from Monsters, Inc.? Got a little over a month off. That sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. The dragon. Scary. Well, I guess it's more of a wyvern, isn't it? Well, that's not good. That's going to make our life a little bit more difficult, isn't it? When we have to come back. Is his name James? Am I getting him mixed up with James Sullivan? James P. Sullivan? From Monsters, Inc.? That'd be pretty funny. The guy falling in James Cameron, don't know the name, but the blue man falls out. Yeah, no, that guy is like one of the actual Avatar guys. Well, like the actual, what are they called? Pandorans? Is that the name of the planet? Like Pandora? Pandora's box? Pandorans? Is that what they are? No, they're Na'vi, right? Na'vi? Like the character from Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time? You remember that? Yeah, so he was one of the Na'vi. And he falls out of the spaceship and it plays the music. And it's very dramatic. Sorry, you should not be laughing. This is a very serious moment. What a film. What a film. You knock it out, James Cameron. You made a movie of all time. I'm so sad about that. Again, if you guys like music and you like video essays, look up Sideways on YouTube. He makes music video essays, which might have been obvious by the way I led into that. But one of the videos he made was talking about how James Cameron like royally screwed Avatar. How much he ruined the music of Avatar. And it's like, well, maybe he did ruin it. Maybe the music that was in the show, or maybe the music that was in the movie, was legitimately just pretty bad. But I don't know. I think James Cameron just he ruined it. He did it bad. He deserves to be hit over the head with hammers. You know? Too late. It's already a meme. Yep, it's already a meme because it's hilarious. Sorry, I'm thinking about it. It's so dramatic. That looks like the Snow Peak Temple. That's the same layout as the Snow Peak Temple. Yes, no? Confirm, deny? I think I think you're not supposed to be able to cross with the iron boots, and that maybe I'm doing a little bit of sequence breaking by being able to do so. Maybe. I think you're supposed to use the double claw shots or something, but I might be wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know if you're supposed to. Yep, fast iron boots makes you cheat this section. That makes sense. That makes sense. But, like, if you don't have the double claw shots, you can't go ahead anyways, right? That makes sense. That you could use the fast iron boots to cheat it. You're supposed to use the claw shots. Good, have some double doesn't matter here. Whee! But it's more fun to be able to use the claw shots, isn't it? Or it's more fun to be able to use the boots, I mean, isn't it? Ah, interesting. 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 That turns off that fan. Okay, maybe you are supposed to be able to go over here. Interesting indeed. We do love a little bit of cheating and exploits, don't we, guys? We love a little bit of cheating and exploits. Yes, no? What if the cheating and the exploit's really funny? No. You don't need to do that. Thank you very much. Okay. Why is my nose so itchy? I'm mad that my nose is so itchy. I blame everyone else. Oh, these guys are interesting. Hello. What an interesting enemy to return. At the end of all things, those guys come back. Okay. Sure. Fall off the planet. I want that little treasure chest. Nice. We love yellow rupees. That's really worth it. Where's my claw shot? It's over here. I had a bunch of stuff that I was going to talk about, but then I started playing the video game and I forgot what I was going to talk about. So you're going to have to give me a couple of minutes to remember what I'm doing here. And also my nose is itchy, which is taking a lot of my mental processing power. Because, you know, it's not like you can just scratch it. You have to deal with the fact that it's itchy. It's a ancient monk technique, actually. Part of learning to deal with suffering. I want it to fall off the planet. Yay! I want it to fall off. I can't make it fall. What if I go over here? Yay! You have a question. Do I read light novels? Not typically. I rarely read, actually. You want to lose subscriber? I mean, it's a single-player game. Give yourself infinite money. Myself? You wanted to lose subscriber? What are you talking about? Did I miss some important context? I don't actually read very typically, but what light novels are you... I actually don't really get the difference between, like, what is a light novel, if I'm allowed to ask? Fall off the face of the planet. Ah, not me! The worm thing, you made it fall off, yeah. I want it to lose subscriber. I want it to lose more than subscriber. I want it to die. Bro, he totally fell off. Bye. Pretty dangerous enemies, those ones, huh? Oh, why did I know it's so itchy? I'm so mad. I'm so mad! I don't want my nose to be itchy. It makes my model mess up. So, like, what's the difference between, like... So, is a light novel only online? Because I don't really get the difference between, like, a light novel, a web comic... A bunch of stuff, really, actually. I'm sure there is real, honest-to-God differences. I just don't know them. My ignorance is showing. I think light novel is like a short story, does it? Isn't it? Well, you describe it as a Japanese novel that has issues and eventually turns into... So it doesn't have pictures? It's not written in pictures? It's written in prose? Is that what it is? So like a short, like a novella? Like a novella? Yes? No? Maybe so? Webcomic is just a comic on websites. But how does that differ from, like, manga? Because you can do... Manga have to have a physical release to be considered a manga? Because webcomic, like... I'm specifically talking in the context of, like... Manga is backwards comic. No. I'm specifically talking about, like, Japanese webcomics, right? Because that's how One Punch Man started. And Mob Psycho is that they were both webcomics, I think. And I think Sword Art Online had a light novel. This is important taxonomy, guys. How do I keep messing this up? This is so actually annoying. Ah! Come on. I'm gonna get defeated by this pillar of air. This pillar of air. We actually literally just watched the episode with the boulder in it. So that's why I'm like, the boulder will be defeated by this pillar of air. We literally just watched. I came home from rehearsal and watched that episode. Because Toph, I think, is my favorite character in Avatar. I love her. This will have to be correct. Yay! Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. The light novel of Sword Art Online. Toph is a very good character. Most of the characters in Avatar are excellent characters. Very strong characters. Very well-written individuals and people. So, but was the light novel of Sword Art Online, like, before the anime? Or was that a continuation of the anime? Yeah, everybody knows that chapter, Nikki. I just need to know where it falls chronologically. But I think Toph is my favorite overall character. A lot of people really like Azula. I think Azula's pretty cool, but she's not my favorite overall character. Ah, my chicken! There's an evil man down here. Light novel was first? So that's like original canon. How come they didn't adapt it for the anime? Are they cowards? I can't believe they didn't adapt that for the anime. That is canon. That is original canon to the series. Oh, man, that's funny. Oh. There's a bat somewhere around here. I hate how late you get the compasses in this game, guys. I think I complain about it a lot. People forget that Toph is blind because she adapted it so it doesn't hinder her. Depends. It is a real disability, and I like that they show moments where she is hindered by her disability. Like in the first episode where Sokka throws something at her, and it hits her in the head because she can't see that he threw something at her. Like, that's good. That's good writing. Like, they show that she can see, quote-unquote, when on the earth, but outside of it, she does need help. It's nice. Her disability doesn't define her, but it is a real drawback. She doesn't know where the moon is. She can't see it. And that's also, like, she doesn't like being on Appa because she can't see. That's a good character trait. That's good. That's just good writing. I like that a lot. Huh, he's bouncing. This song is distressing. You require my opinion on something? Sure. I'll give you my best homegrown opinion, straight from this Brian. What do you need? I'm very good at forming opinions. Ah! I'm very good at having opinions. I don't know if they're good opinions, but they're mine, and I hold on to them. Pretty stubbornly a lot of the time, actually. Woo! That's pretty fun. How do we feel about chicken mechanics, guys? How do we feel about chicken mechanics? Chicken strips, nuggets, or strings? And how do you prefer your chicken finger food that got auto-modded? It's because you asked, how do I finger food? Kid named Finger. Oh my god, that's awesome. I actually prefer wings. Wings are my favorite way to have chicken. Especially boneless wings, but I do like a bone-in wing as well. Chicken strips out of that list is probably the best. But wings are my favorite way to have chicken prepared. If you smack one of these chickens, they don't summon a flock to murder you. It's because they're enlightened beyond violence. They don't believe in violence. Violence to them is the act of the unenlightened. Deku Babas are kind of scary. I don't know how you guys feel about Deku Baba, but they kind of scare me. Deku Baba! Okay. So I need to go down somewhere, I guess. It do go down. If they could summon a flock to murder flock, Mr. Dragon wouldn't be able to move in. Can't do bones, you want to keep what teeth you have? You're not supposed to eat the bones. I don't know how to tell you this, Cobalt, but when you're eating chicken with bones in it, you're supposed to eat around the bones. That's typically how that works. Okay. Do I just drop? This doesn't seem right. This seems like a great room if you have the double claw shots. Like a really great room if you have the double claw shots. You love bone-in wings? No, but you do know the bone is there, and if you end up biting into it, it's never a good time. I do remember one time I chipped my tooth at a Chinese buffet, and I was so mad. I was so mad. I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe this. That my stupid self was shoveling my face so fast that I bit my fork in such a way to chip my front tooth. I was so mad. God, it was a good Chinese buffet, though. I've been engaging in a lot of ancient Chinese content as of late, just because, I don't know, I got a hankering to play Wolong, Three Kingdoms period, and then I played the Age of Mythology campaign for China, and I was like, dang, I'm learning, there's a lot of Chinese mythology in my life right now. You've caught me in a very Chinese time of my life. And one of my favorite things about those games and stuff like that is that I like to play them with the Chinese okay, let me see. McDonald's, Wendy's, or Burger King? Who has the best nuggets with and without sauce? Yeah, there was weird missing textures there. And also, I don't know why you got auto-modded there, Ghost Rim. I'm sad you got auto-modded for saying that Chick-fil-A was decent. I don't have Chick-fil-A banned. Maybe I should. No, I don't get nuggets when I go out. If I go to a burger place, I get a burger. But I do sometimes like McDonald's nuggets. I have to say that McDonald's nuggets, they're bad, but they hit in a certain way. I also don't have my nuggets with sauce. I raw dog my nuggets. I remember not liking Wendy's nuggets, and I have never had Burger King nuggets. Because if I'm going to Burger King, it's because I want a Burger King burger. No! Oh, we're good. Life is good. Oh! Oh, well, yeah, you didn't get auto-modded, so I don't know what word is being blocked here. Do you like unsauced, or does ketchup count as a sauce? Ketchup does indeed count as a sauce. It is a dip. I guess it's not a sauce, it's a dip. Right? Is there a difference between sauces and dips? How are we feeling about the sauce versus dip debate? Yes? No? Sauce? Dip? I have no clue if I'm going the right way in this dungeon. You like Burger King best, but you haven't tasted them with your adult taste buds. Burger King's pretty alright. It has decent burger. Ow. Number 15. Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you want on your Burger King burger is someone else's foot fungus. But as it turns out, that might be what you get. Ketchup is a condiment, but do condiments count as a sauce or a dip? Sure love some dip covering my Bees Churger. I'm a big fan of Bees Churgers. For burger, Burger King you like better than McDonald's? Oh, I'm crunching and stomping. It sounds like a jaguar. It sounds like a jaguar. Eralfos. Isn't that the sound they usually use for big cats in, like, media? Am I wrong about that? What is the rodeo burger from? Royalty-free Jaguar.mp4. I want him to land. What's he doing? I want to hit him with the mortal draw. Guys, what if we hit him with the mortal draw? Would it be cool if we hit him with the mortal draw? I think it would be cool if we hit him with the mortal draw. Ah, what? It can't be defended against... Barbecue sauce and onion rings. Okay, I don't like onions. Like, in general, at all. How do we feel about onions, chat? Come on, mortal draw. Come on, mortal draw. He can't be hit by the mortal draw. No, we gotta get a mortal draw in, guys. Onions, meh. Onion rings are alright. I like Funyuns. Does that count as anything? Do we like Funyuns in chat? Ow. Ah! We gotta hit him with the mortal draw. Onion bad. We gotta hit him with the mortal draw. It's gotta be a thing. We have 2 fairies, so this is really something we can do, I think. Ah, he knows its power. He's afraid of its power. I want you to witness my power. I think his shield is perfectly placed to be like, we're not allowed to hit him. His shield is cheating. Do you see that? I'm pretty sure they have it placed that his shield will block. Oh, that's so rude. That's so rude. Why did they do that? That's so mean. I think we're gonna have to beat him normal style. Oh, interesting. We made his head naked. Oh. Ah! No. No. Interesting. You could shield punch Immortal? You think so? Let's try it. This guy's got, maybe I'm like, oh wow, this guy's got a whole mini boss fight because I'm intentionally dragging out by being dumb. I think, you know what we need, guys? We need a little bit of a soup me up. How was that? Was that a good, was that good? Was that pretty good? Wait. No, that might work. Okay. The problem is that we don't get a lot of a time to do it. I guess it makes sense that this guy is full of enemies for Mortal Draw. Ah! Look at that! That was pretty good. We hit him with it. I'm surprised he didn't die. He took that head on like a champ. Ow. Aw, sad. This is so worth the amount of time and effort I'm putting into this boss. Don't you guys just love when I waste all our time? Yes! He was defeated with the Mortal Draw! SMRT. Oh! A Smarty. You did it! Good job, everybody! We killed the boss together with our absolute wonderful power. Oh, man. Well, now we know it is possible. We know it is possible. Every boss in the game defeated with Mortal Draw so far. Do not fact check that. Do not watch the earlier VODs. It's simply true. We have defeated every boss thus far with the Mortal Draw. Okay, that's good. We got the, This is gonna make our item hunting easier, right? Sorry, big yawn. A little bit tired. We had rehearsal today. And the thing about that rehearsal was that it was, long. And a lot of people got hurt. There were a lot of people who got... I thought we weren't fact-checking. I thought we weren't. Is that a J.D. Vance quote? Is that a J.D. Vance quote in my chat? No, what was it? There was a lot of people who got hurt in rehearsal today, which I thought was crazy. Give me my heart! Give me my rupees! Can I attach that? I love dual claw shots. They're so cool. Miss Ma'am, am I stuck? There's gotta be a way out of here. Or do they want you to use Uka to leave? This is like a woman talking, if I remember correctly. This sample right here. There's gotta be a way out of here. I don't know, maybe they want me to use Uku. I mean, I'll use Uku. I'll use Uku. Why not? Oh, no, you can't use Uku. Never mind. You can. You can. Are you lying? Please go up. Please go up. Please go up. Yeah, look at you go. I liked the idea of being trapped down here forever. It's a really funny way for the hero of Twilight to fail. Arrgh! Didn't roll with it. Didn't roll with the landing. A little bit of platforming is good for us. I do like how the claw shots go through objects, just in case you aren't perfect. Because Lord knows I ain't perfect. No one wants to disappoint the short stack baddie. Some people are into that. Some people are into disappointing the short stack baddie. You can't get mad at them for that. It's their thing. Things are pretty neat when you get to walk on your feet. And this time, I don't have to fall to my death. Huh. Still didn't work. Yeah, but I already did that. I already did that once, game. Oh, wait. I see. I see what I'm supposed to do. Cool, 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 cool. Got it. Cool, 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 cool. Alright. Mine, mine. I have to be off book next week, and I'm really not excited about that. Yeah, they were like, no, we're not gonna make you free aim it. They're like, yeah, no, we're not gonna make you free aim that. Why do they give you the compasses after you've already beaten the mini-boss? I hate that they do that. I want the compass at the beginning of the dungeon. Make you feel like Peter Parker. I've never played the Insomniac Spider-Man game. I've heard it's really good. But I don't really care a lot about Spider-Man. I don't know how people feel about Spider-Man in chat. He's never been my, like, cup of tea, you know? I've never been, like, a giant spider guy fanatic. I wanted to use the Gale Boomerang, but, looks like we're just gonna have to shoot him. Cool. Some people adore the Spider-Man. I remember hearing a story that Sony, you know, bought the rights to Spider-Man. And Marvel was like, if you pay us another couple $1,000s, we'll give you the rest of the characters. And they're like, heck no. All we want is Spider-Man. And I wonder if they're kicking themselves for that, like, daily. I wonder if they beat the executive who said that to death. All we want is the spider. I'm a fanatic of giant spiders, but you're ambivalent towards the man variety. I think he's really annoying in Marvel Rivals. I played Marvel Rivals for the first time again in like months the other day. It was with a couple of friends. Why? And I got to try out the character Jubilee. I don't know a lot about Jubilee from X-Men because I don't know a lot of the X-Men. I was really excited for them to add what's his face? Cyclops. Pretty big fan of Cyclops. I don't know how people feel about the Cyclops. I'm a big fan of Cyclops. Who is he played by in the X-Men movie in the early 2000s? He was played by someone pretty big, if I remember correctly. I might be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure he was played by a pretty big actor, wasn't he? I know Hugh Jackman was Wolverine, and Hugh Jackman will stay Wolverine until he dies. He has been cast for life in that role. Fun fact about Hugh Jackman, but he was actually in the show Oklahoma on the West End when... Am I going the right way, chat? Am I going the right way, chat? He was in the show Oklahoma when he was cast as Wolverine. He was playing Curly McLean, is that his last name? On the West End production of Oklahoma when he was cast as the Wolverine. Well, I think that's a pretty fun fact. That's good for him. Fast boots. These boots are fast. I don't know if I'm going the right way. I feel like I'm not. I feel like I need to be going another way. I ended up out here, but I don't think I need to be out here, right? This is why this dungeon is so confusing. It is not really a clear message for where to go. Curly McBurley, that's his name? Yeah, that makes sense. Curly McBurley, a star of Oklahoma. I actually don't know most. I know it's Halle Berry as Storm. I'm specifically talking about like the 2000s X-Men. Halle Berry as Storm. And then Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but those are the only two. Who played Mystique? I know that Mystique was Jennifer Lawrence. Later on, Jennifer Lawrence ended up playing Mystique, if anybody remembers that. X-Men, Days of Future Past. Missed the past 4 minutes because he had an insect creature and unplugged your modem in the process. That is very unfortunate. Did you get rid of the bug? I'm sorry you had a bug. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. I keep pressing start to go to my item screen, and I don't know why I do that. God, these birds are fast. At least their wings count as part of their hitbox, which means that we can use their massive hitboxes. Nice. The bug is currently out of sight. It did see it's getting... Oh! You're just gonna squish it with the power of Windy. It's heckin' windy. I am terrified of bugs. I think this is a well-known fact about me by this point. I really don't like them. Pea-hats are a little bit less dangerous in this one, huh? Pea-hats have gotten quite a bit less dangerous. Not so dangerous now, are you? They should make me a Spider-Man villain. If I got to play any Spider-Man villain, I don't know which one I'd want to be. If you guys got to play any Spider-Man villain, which Spider-Man villain would you want to be able to play? Which Spider-Man villain would you want to be able to play? Venom, that's very good. Oh, she is just like me, for real, hates bugs. I don't like them. I don't want them around. Okay, where does the term Oshi come from? Video game? Oh, that was scary. I'm gonna save after that. Venom's not entirely a villain, though. Venom, it depends, doesn't it? Like, modern Venom is a villain, or anti-hero, but old Venom is a villain. All I know is Oshi is VTuber. Yeah, I think so, but I was wondering where it came from. The lizard, because I think lizards are wonderful animals. Good choice! I'd want to play, like, the Green Goblin. I would love to Green Goblin those nuts, if you know what I'm talking about. That's a character I want to play. The Green Goblin. Does anybody know what Hobgoblin's up to? What's that guy doing? Why does he exist? What does he do? Who does he talk to? Hobgoblin. What is happening here? I might need to sneeze. If that happens, I apologize. I sneezed, but I'm muted. So you guys didn't get to hear it. If, was it Spider-Man, you'd be a D-class villain that gets spit up on the prey. You know what I said, I want a goblin. I don't know what Hobgoblin's about. I know a lot of Spider-Man villains. I don't know what most of them are doing. Like, I know of Shocker. I know of Rhino. I know of Tombstone. But I don't know what they do. By any means. Isn't there a Scorpion guy? He was a present in Spider-Verse, but I don't know how big he is. Hobgoblin Dees. You know what? Never mind. I already made that note. I already made that joke. You thought Hobgoblin was Batman? There might be a Hobgoblin Batman villain, but I know for a fact there's a Hobgoblin, there's a Hobgoblin Spider-Man villain as well. I missed out on the juice. I know for a fact there's a Hobgoblin Spider-Man villain as well. Bug, kill it. Remove it. Destroy the bug. If you know what's good for you. How come this is too far away? Venom's pretty cool, though. I always like Venom. I didn't... Gonna be honest? I only know Venom because I think I had a Spider-Man coloring book when I was really little. I also had a cool Spider-Man toy that I'm pretty sure was from the, like, early 2000s movie. You know, the one where Tobey Maguire is in it. Had a cool Spider-Man action figure because of that. Very neat. Okay. Interesting. You have to do so much traversal in this dungeon. Did you guys know that? There's a lot of walking around. I want that treasure chest. Is there anything good in here, or is it just rupees? It's just 20 rupees. Alright. A lot of these treasure chests got changed to, like... Ah. The little stamps, the Miiverse stamps, right? Is that what happened? Does anybody remember the Miiverse? You think you got it, smacked it with a fly swatter, tossed it outside, and you hope it's gone. We had a horsefly in the bathroom the other day. I don't know if any of you guys get horseflies, but those things are horrifying. Especially if they're in your poo-poo palace. Where, you know, you do your business. You don't want your business to be interrupted by a giant black biting bug. The big black the big black bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. Or is it the big black bug bit the big black... I'm usually really good at this one, I swear. The big black hello? It's not because it's because I'm not focusing on it. I'm trying to kill this mini boss at the same time. Why does the Deku Baba mini boss come back from the first dungeon? The big black bug bit the big black bear, and the big black bear bled blood. How about that? How are we feeling about that? Yeah, you know, you got it right. I like the one is he thrust his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost. I like that one a lot. He thrust his fist against the post and still insists he sees the ghost. Vocal warm-ups. Another vocal warm-up I really enjoy is Irish wristwatch. Try saying Irish wristwatch in your real life, chat, and see how well you do. Irish wristwatch. Yours is simple. Your vocal warm-up is simple. Ah! We have so many hearts now, we're not really in danger of dying. I'm gonna say that and then get absolutely rocked somewhere. You know what's gonna happen. This is more dangerous than the rafters in Dark Souls. Well, would you look at that? I managed to get 2 for 1 on accident. I didn't mean to do that. Asdiff1234, How Now, Brown Cow, and the Quick Scribe jumped over the lazy paladin. The lazy paladin. Did you guys try saying Irish wristwatch in real life? I'll know if you didn't. Everybody say Irish wristwatch right now. Something just made a weird sound. It was like a weird stomach sound. What do we got? What do you got for me? Whoa! That's a pretty good what do you got? That's a fair trade. I wonder how many rupees I can hold now. I would not be able to traverse like this. Linkle's got amazing upper body strength. Linkle's got some amazing upper body strength. I wish I had decent upper body strength, but I don't because I don't take care of myself. It's so difficult to take care of the body you're given. Especially when food is so good. No. That's fine. I think we still need at least one piece of heart in this dungeon, right? There's 2 per. We're very close to maxing out our pieces of heart. I think we have 4 left in the entire game. People can probably fact check that. These guys are pretty rough. Like, these guys are big fights. I don't actually know how to open up their guard. Ow. Good stuff. Those are pretty difficult fights, huh? Not because they do a lot of damage, but because they're difficult to fight. Sounded like a lizard. Yep, now we know it was indeed a lizard. It was a spooky lizard. My body is a temple is a true old, cold, decrepit, crumbling, and more than likely cursed. Incredibly correct! Relatable content. I want that treasure. Where is that treasure? It's not up, so it's got to be down, right? It is indeed down. Yay! All that for a yellow rupee. That was very worth it. Am I royally screwed now? Alright, I need to go to... I would like to go to a lot of temples around the world. Just to random deities and the like. I would like to go. I want to see what they're like. I want to see how they worship their gods in their space. That sounds really cool to me. Okay. Not ideal. Yeah, see? That's fine. That's fine. We'll work it out. What's at the bottom there? I don't know. Didn't check. Oh, I have to drink the water. Actually, what I have is milk. I have milk. I hope that doesn't disturb or upset anyone. I have milk. Milk's pretty awesome. I'm a pretty big fan of milk. I don't know how many of y'all really enjoy your milk, but I'm a pretty big fan of milk. Nice. I guess I'll stretch. Oh, I need to get like a time waster. Oh, that made me lightheaded. That big stretch left me lightheaded. Oh, whoa! Hey, wait. You know I was talking about China earlier, guys? I'm gonna talk about China again. So, I was playing through the Age of Mythology campaigns, and I have a lot of thoughts, and I was actually kind of considering putting all my thoughts into, like, a single video of just, like, which Age of Mythology campaign I think is the best. But, I thought it was really interesting because if anybody knows what hate when that happens, lightheaded, not China. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know how you would hate when China happens, but one of the things about Age of Mythology, I don't know if you guys know your Age of Mythology history, but the original Age of Mythology had an expansion that was centered on China. But by that point, Ensemble Studios had gone bankrupt and had been shuttered by Microsoft, right? The original creators of the Age of series, Age of Mythology and Age of Empires being their flagship games. Ensemble Studios was shuttered by Microsoft. And one of the things that happened with that is that the game then got taken over by another company, by another, I don't remember if it was a Microsoft company or if it was something else. We gotta kill this Poe. The China expansion, therefore, was kind of like an asset flip created by a different studio that didn't have Ensemble's mind. Why can't I hurt him? Okay, there we go. Mind for like balancing and creation of content and stuff like that. I kind of wish the pose did more damage. I wish I could go in and set the damage. It's interesting that there has been no wolf mechanics in this dungeon. This is an anti-wolf mechanic dungeon. Nice, purple rupee. We're making so much money. Those little scary guy. So the Chinese expansion is generally considered to be really bad and poorly balanced. Yeah, no dogs allowed. Anti-dog dungeon. This is an anti-dog zone. No canines. Those guys are disappointingly easy to kill. Those guys are disappointingly easy to kill. That's really sad. Ooh, speedars. Speedider. So when the company that did Retold got their hands on the Age of Mythology IP, they decided to completely scrap the original Chinese expansion because of how much it was hated by Age of Mythology players. Which I think is kind of crazy. That's like a big thing. I feel bad for that one company that made the original. They had some pretty big shoes to fill and they did not fill those shoes. Which is rough, you know what I mean? But the Chinese faction that they released in, I think the original was called Tail of the Dragon, and the new one was called the Immortal Pillars, because it's based off of the 4 pillars that hold up heaven to keep it from crashing into the earth, because Nuwa repaired heaven and earth with her shining metal, and then set the world on the 4 legs of a tortoise. You guys know the story. You guys know the story of how Nuwa, the mother of humanity, fixed the heavens after you know, the earth and the heavens crashed together. You guys remember that story? Anyways, the campaign focuses a heavy emphasis on those pillars because it focuses on Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor. The guy who founded China, ruled for 200 years, and then ascended to the imperial throne. You guys know Huangdi, the Yellow Emperor. You know the turtle story, but not the full thing. WoW did a thing with it, and the Pandorans. That makes sense, because it was based off of China. Nuwa is actually one of my favorite goddesses. I think she's so cool. I usually end up gravitating towards mother goddesses in any pantheon they appear in. I don't want that to be read into. But I really like Nuwa, and I think it's really interesting that they kept the major gods of the original campaign. Nuwa, Fuji, and Shenong. But the thing about that is that that is all they kept. They changed all of the minor gods, which I think was a little bit of a weird decision. And the reason why is because in the original game, they took the most popular and the most famous of Chinese gods to put in the game. So, like, Zhang Kui is there, and Chang'e is there. And then for the remake, they didn't have a lot of those really recognizable Chinese gods because they specifically wanted to distance themselves from Tail of the Dragon so much that they wanted to have none of the same minor gods. But the reason why that bothers me is because, first of all, Zhang Kui and Chang'e are really important minor gods in Chinese mythology. Weren't those old Chinese warlords? Chang'e and Zhang Kui? No. Chang'e was the goddess of the moon. And the reason why it bothers me is because one of the major characters in the campaign is Hou Yi. Hou Yi is the divine archer who shot 8 out of the 9 suns out of the sky to, you know, help the Chinese people when there was a major drought. Because we used to have 9 suns until Hou Yi, the archer, shot 8 of them. That is how that story goes. And Hou Yi's beloved is Chang'e. Now, Chang'e and Hou Yi wanted to be immortal so they could be together forever. And also, immortality is like a thing most Chinese heroes and warlords and emperors try to search for. But Chang'e drinks the elixir to immortality that was meant for both of them by herself, usually as like she didn't do it on purpose. She didn't mean to. But that meant that Chang'e achieved immortality and Hou Yi didn't. And they were separated. And Chang'e became the goddess of the moon and Hou Yi died. But in the campaign, not once does Chang'e mention, or not once does Hou Yi mention Chang'e. No one mentions Chang'e. She never comes up. Why does she not come up? I'm confused and upset. She's a really important goddess. And she just doesn't appear. What I'm assuming will happen is that Chang'e will be released later as DLC, which they have done. They have done DLC god packs. I think it's really interesting that the Age of Empires 3 re-release and the Age of Mythology re-release are both being treated as like continuing games with new expansions and new content. Because, Age of Empires 3 is getting an expansion that adds the Danish and the Polish. And Age of Mythology just got an expansion that adds the Aztecs, which is very cool. I want them to add other Native American mythologies to the game. I would really like Iroquois. I think Iroquois would be really cool, but Inuit would also be baller. It would be amazing if they added the Inuit. I would love to play as that in Age of Mythology. I think I would lose my mind. That'd be so cool. A really big shoe-in for Age of Mythology would be Yoruba. African religions would be really nice. And yes, this is the wolf mechanic. Chang'e is important because she has the rabbit. Everybody knows Jade Rabbit, right? Everybody knows Chang'e's Jade Rabbit. Are we big fans of Chang'e's Jade Rabbit? You've probably heard of Jade Rabbit. Chang'e is also a major character in the 2020 animated film, Over the Moon, which I think was directed by Glenn Keane. Glenn Keane is important because he was a major, I think he was the animation director of The Little Mermaid in 1989. You know Jade and rabbits are important with China stuff? Yep. And Chang'e has a Jade Rabbit. I really like Chang'e. I think she's cool. I'm just really kind of, like, surprised they didn't mention her at all in the campaign. Hou Yi is there. It's the Hou Yi. It's him who shot the suns out of the sky. It's Hou Yi. Why does he not mention his wife? My wife turned into the moon. That's where that storyline comes from. That's where it originates. I actually really like how much they do with Yue and the short time that Yue is on screen. You really feel bad for her in the short amount of time that Yue is on screen in the original Avatar. They do a great job with that character. Poor Yue. She deserves so much better. I'm pretty sure I wasn't supposed to fall down here, but I don't know if I can confirm nor deny that. I like Chinese philosophy and religion. I think it's really interesting. Oh, speaking of China, guys, you know something that I learned that I thought was insane? So, China is very unique in its language, right? Especially in the written form of its language. Chinese kanji is incredibly intense. Written Chinese language is incredibly intense. A lot of written Asian languages are a simplification of written Chinese language because written Chinese language is incredibly intense. Have I gotten that across yet? But one of the things that I thought was really interesting is that the way that Chinese is written and spoken allows it to have a very unique aspect that no other language can have, in that the way you write something can be a slur, but not the way you say it. And the way that works is that, this is probably a lot easier because of the iron weight changer. China has a lot of names for a lot of the other, because, you know, like, China used to have a ton of different ethnicities before, like, decades and decades and decades and decades and hundreds of years of cultural and ethnic genocide has made China a pretty, like, ethnically homogenous area. Once upon a time, there was a lot of different tribes with a lot of different people. But the dominant ethnicity of China had a lot of names for those other peoples that when spoken was just the name of the people. But because of the way they could write it, it would often contain a homophone for an animal. So that when it was written, it was an ethnic slur based off of an animal. And when it was spoken, it was simply the name for that people. I thought that that was crazy. I could not believe, when I first read that, I was like, oh my god, that is insane. And it's like, meanwhile, you can go beat up the dragon now? I guess I can, but what if I don't want to? Is that how I'm supposed to get back up? Wait a second. So if I drop down here, so like the Xiongnu, right? The Xiongnu, important people. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Xiongnu, but you do know them, right? So the Huns and Mulan are not actually Huns. They would probably be more the Xiongnu people, which was a northern barbarian tribe that had several run-ins with the Han Chinese and so on and so forth. And the Xiongnu people would eventually destroy that dynasty, I believe. My Chinese history is really spotty. But Xiongnu just means the people that they are. That is their tribe. That's the name of their tribe. But when written, the Chinese would use a homophone for it that translated to rowdy slaves, because they saw them as less than human. And who is less than human? Slaves. It was the same thing with the Bo people, which I don't remember the animal homophone they use, but they did the same thing to the Bo people, which lived in South China. They do this even with loan words, like France. When the Chinese were introduced to the French, they would write France as Phalangi. But Phalangi, they would put the word for wolf in lang to signify that the French were less humans and more wolves. That's a loan word that they put racism in. Which is incredibly impressive to me. And the reason why they did this, I thought it was really interesting. The reason why they did this is because in Chinese mythology and in Chinese religion, civilization is directly connected to how human you are, right? Because civilization is the thing that separates humans from beasts. But also in Chinese cultural history, the only people with actual civilization are the ethnically Chinese, right? They're the ones who have the real civilization as gifted to them by Fuji, right? So they call everyone else animals, not because they're simply like just normal flavor racist, but because they literally do believe that anybody who doesn't have a civilization similar to theirs is less than human, because they have not been gifted by the gods the same level of knowledge and understanding. Yep, even ancient China hated France. I don't know. I think that that's crazy. That is an insane bit of nation lore. Ow. Probably shouldn't have done that. Have I won? Is that it? Let me check the map. I haven't checked the map. There's treasure chests. I'm so sad. Yeah, I gotta turn on that big fan too, don't I? Ugh. Hey, this dungeon sucks. This dungeon sucks. You think those chests are gonna be easy to get to? You think those chests are gonna be easy to get to? I gotta get to that, don't I? How come I can't use my cool, poop? No, it has become city that makes you cry. Cry city. Stupid sky city. Cry city. Piss my pants and die city. That's my slam poetry about the city and the sky. How do I get to the second floor again? How do I Crisis City? I need to have a really powerful computer to run Crisis City. Take me down to Crisis City where the... No, I decided against that. I wonder when's the next time I'm gonna get really into Warframe again. Warframe again is probably pretty soon, I would assume. These things come and go in cycles, you know. Sometimes I get really into Warframe. No. You don't have to do that. No. You're good. Everything I learn about the Odyssey movie makes me madder. Makes me more angry. Makes me angrier. I don't like the Odyssey movie, guys. I think Christopher Nolan is a hack and a coward. And I don't like the discourse surrounding it. A lot of people are like gung-ho defending the film because they liked it. And it's like, that's fine. You can like something that's bad. That's okay. But there's a lot of problems with that movie, and I'm not even talking from like an adaptation standpoint. I'm talking from like a cultural and racism standpoint. The SpongeBob, yes it is. The SpongeBob movie is indeed a similar story to the Odyssey, using a lot of the same beats and plot points. So is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which is one of my favorite films. I'm not angry at retelling, right? But I think my friend said something that I really liked, where they were like, the thing about the Odyssey is that, like, a lot of people say, well, you didn't get mad at this movie, or you didn't get mad at this movie. And it's like, those aren't called the Odyssey. They are not one-to-one adaptations of the Odyssey. They aren't using the name the Odyssey. So, like, if they're not 5,000% accurate to the Odyssey, no one's getting hurt, right? Because they are very clearly inspired by. Just like how Lion King isn't going to have like an honest-to-God Shakespearean actor come out and go, this is just a bad version of Hamlet, right? Maybe one did, but you can laugh at him because, like, no, it's its own thing, you know? Whereas it is literally called The Odyssey. It is literally an adaptation of a cultural myth following a culture hero. That means that you would expect it to have, I don't know, some vague connection to the fact that it is based off of the Odyssey. And a lot of people want to have their cake and eat it too by going, it's just an adaptation, it doesn't need to be accurate. And it's like, yeah, but it's not just, it is literally using the name of the original story. I think one of the biggest problems, like, they use a Viking longship, and that is a bizarre decision to me. I don't know why they used a Viking longship. I really hope the decision-making process to use a Viking longship wasn't, it's an old boat, no one will notice anyways. Especially because they, you know, paid, like, well, they still haven't paid the non-profit that they borrowed the ship from. They owe the non-profit $6,000, by the way. They have not paid the non-profit that $6,000. Woo! Red True Jelly. But, one of the problems I have with that is that the Viking longship is about 3,000 years off time, they're a little bit, a couple thousand years apart from what they would actually have been using at that point. And I've seen a lot of people excuse it as, well, you know, it's an old boat, so what does it matter? And it's like, oh my god. It's an old boat, it doesn't matter. It's like, okay, that's really not correct, but whatever. Just say you don't care about historical accuracy. And a lot of people don't. They don't care about historical accuracy. But that means that you should let the people who really care about historical accuracy and get mad that the historical film doesn't do any attempt to have historical accuracy in it. Especially, like, the fact that they hired someone who was supposed to help them with historical accuracy, and then they fired that person over creative differences. And it's like, oh, Nolan didn't like being told that his version of Grease is, like, not real. Someone didn't like being contradicted. My big thing is that the clothing is so boring. I love historical clothing so much. And I don't know if you guys have seen Greek or Mediterranean historical clothing, especially of that time, but it is gorgeous and it deserves to be respected. It deserves to be seen. It deserves to be witnessed. It is gorgeous clothing. And like, we just won't get it because we won't get a historical adaptation of the Odyssey. I mean, we did get a couple of them in the 1960s that have a better respect for the actual myth. That's like, I saw one person describe the Odyssey, the movie, as feeling Christianized, and I'm like, that is incredibly accurate. This does not feel like an homage to paganism at all. This feels like a condemnation of paganism from someone who grew up in a Christian culture, in like a westernized Christian culture. And that feels bad. That feels bad! Because this was once a people's real religion. This was real historical, like, truth to them. I remember when I got into my first college history class, I'll always remember this story. Because my professor at the time was like, you know, there's a... In history and historiography, which is like the study of how history is done, there is the question between like myth and history. And for a lot of cultures, especially at the beginning of their records, there's very little difference between history and myth, right? Like during the Three Kingdoms period, let's go back to China. During the Three Kingdoms period, where Guan Yu and Lu Bu were capable of killing entire armies single-handedly, they could kill thousands of enemies. And Guan Yu was deified for his actions in the Three Kingdoms period. That is treated as historical fact, right? That is treated as having actually happened. And did Guan Yu actually kill thousands of people so good they made him a god? Probably not. Probably not. But does that mean you get to tell them that? No, it's not your place, right? Like, it's not for you to say. If that's their history, that's the way they tell their history, darn it. And that's what he was talking about, that history and myth. You know, history is the study of what happened. Myth is how we tell it, right? Myth is the story we tell. And the Trojan War is history. It actually happened. But the Odyssey is the myth of how we tell the story. And a lot of people equate myth with fantasy. And myth is not fantasy. Fantasy is entirely fake. It has no historical precedence. And I think it's really funny that the basis of the fantasy genre, Tolkien's, seeing his beard, you believe Guan Yu is the god of war? I don't think he was the god of war. There were a couple of gods of war. Was he the god of war? Am I misremembering him as the god of war? There was a couple of gods of war in Chinese mythology. Qiyu being the cow-headed god of war with 4 arms. And Huanu, the, I think her name was Huanu. She was kind of like the Chinese Athena or Minerva, female goddess of war and wisdom. If Guan Yu was a god of war, that's pretty awesome. But, I know the Guan Dao is named after him. His polearm, the Guan Dao. Dao means sword in Chinese. Which means that Guan Dao's polearm, or the Guan Yu's polearm, the Guan Dao was Guan Yu's sword. And I like that. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so where are these treasure chests that I missed over here? They're on the 2nd floor. How do I get down there? How did I miss that? Chat, how did I miss that? Satch. Tolkien meant for the Lord of the Rings to be a myth, not fantasy, right? Like, this was his making up a story to explain how the world is the way it is, right? And I think that's fun, and I think that's funny. And that's why he spent so much effort on it, because it's supposed to be like a reflection of our real world. Of course, you know, it isn't, but he specifically wanted it to feel like myth. But myth isn't fantasy. because myth is how we tell our history before history became a science, right? That's how it's supposed to be, at least. Okay, I don't know how to get to this supposed second floor. And that's what I see a lot of people say, that, like, you don't have to be respectful to, or, like, you don't have to do a lot of work adapting the Odyssey, because the Odyssey is a fantasy story. And it's like, it's not, it's myth. There's a difference, right? And it's not your religion to say what is real and what isn't. Sir Magnificent Beard, as Guan Yu is called in Wolong. How did I miss this stupid... I'm kind of mad. I'm actually kind of... I'm a little bit peeved, chat. I'm a little bit peeved. I want this chest, and it's probably a really bad chest. Would I be safe to assume that it's not a great chest? But the problem is I can't leave this area without doing some finagling. And that is also, it feels bad. Because I have to use one of these. But I mean, if I fall to my death, I can just end up where I need to be. Feels bad. I don't even need these treasure chests. I'm just obsessed with getting every item for whatever reason. I don't even know... Is this the second floor? No, it's not. How do you get them? I'm mad! How do you get those treasure chests? You said it was gonna be easy. I don't know how to get to the second floor from here. I'm mad. I'm upset. I kind of just want to continue because I've been here for almost 2 hours. I hate this temple. It's so dumb. And you get the compass so late, so I don't know if I got the compass too late to confidently get those stuff. Mad, upset, angry. Is it... Supposedly I'm in the same area, right? I don't even know how to get to that other side. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I hate this stupid dungeon. This is one that always gives me a headache. If you may be allowed to temporarily redact something adjacent to hyperfiction, fairy tales and fantasy aren't myth. Correct! Fairy tales and folk tales are a different thing entirely. Fairy tales are interesting. I've never been a super big fairy tale person, though. I took a class in high school on fairy tales, and I liked that class a lot. But the teacher really liked Once Upon a Time, so she used that class as an excuse to watch, like, the first season of Once Upon a Time in class. Because, you know, it's fairy tale adjacent because it's loosely based off of the Disney movies. At least in the first season. Later on, it becomes absolutely based off of Disney IPs. Rupees. Later on, it just becomes like Disney, like, circle jerking itself with its own stuff. It's over here. But where? It better be, like, something awesome. It's not going to be. I think I got both of the pieces of heart. Yeah, those enemies are pretty easy to take out. I don't know if they're red rupee material. Once Upon a Time is one of the shows in on TV. And it was created, and it unironically has Wreck-It Ralph. I have a job for you. That, like, that's real. There's stuff in that show. There is stuff in that show. I don't think the Lightning McQueen one is real. I think that one's a meme. That's not real. But I'm pretty sure the Wreck-It Ralph one is. I might be spreading misinformation and propaganda, though. We don't know. We don't know what I'm doing. I might be spreading misinformation and propaganda. You guys love misinformation and propaganda. So it all works out. Did you get all the pose? I have no clue. How many pose are up here? Does it tell me on the map? 2 out of 2. I got 2 out of 2 pose. Yeah, that would have been heartbreaking if I had to come back to get those pose. Imagine, I would have pissed my pants in rage. Hole in the wall! There it is. There it is. It's like 10 rupees. It's like 10 rupees, guys. Oh, it's worse! It's so much worse! Ow! That's cool. I forgot about the super spin. Have we ever used the super spin? I don't think I've ever used the super spin in a combat. 20? 20 rupees? What are you saying 22? Am I missing something? Lovingly? Lovingly? Oh, big yawn. Big yawn, baby. Oh, did you spin? I don't think I've ever spun at full health, no. I think I've been missing out on the super spin. Because I haven't spun yet at full health. I need that chest. It's probably gonna be trash. It's probably gonna be trash. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be trash, 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 trash. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be trash. It's gonna be trash. Ow! I hope you guys like this backtrack, because we've heard it for almost like 2 hours. There's a cheat that enables permanent super spin no matter your health. Well, we're not going to use that. That feels like too much of a cheat. And we're going to use the iron boots, because that feels like not enough of a cheat. We need more cheating when we use the iron boots. It's over here. It's over here, guys. The actual dungeon's not that bad. It's getting the treasure chests. It's over here. We gotta be able to get up top this way, right? No! I'm just gonna iron boot it, actually. I'm gonna put on my iron booties and just ignore the mechanic. Screw you, I'm ignoring your mechanic! Do we go up this way? Well, we can. Later on. But not here. Not now. Big yawn. Big yawn. How are you guys feeling? Feeling sleepy? Feeling tired? I think we're just gonna beat the dungeon today. Which is good. Which is good. This is a dungeon we needed to have defeated. Whoa. That was unnecessary. I'm collecting a posse of bats. I'm collecting a posse of bats. You're still good? You woke up earlier than you wanted because of the grasshopper bug? That sounds really scary, and I'm sorry that happened to you. I would immediately combust into tears. And flames. I don't know why I said combust into tears. I don't think that's correct. Yeah, see? There's a treasure chest. Chat, there's a treasure chest. How are we feeling about treasure chests? Yes, no? You know what this... Okay, the Uku... You know what the Uku kind of remind me of? Don't Starve. You guys remember Don't Starve? Are you guys big fans of the video game Don't Starve? How do we feel about the video game Don't Starve? I've never played through all of Don't Starve. I didn't get very far. It's one of those... You played a teeny bit of Don't Starve, never got into it. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I really liked its art style. It was the main reason it interested me. I really liked the art style. Yeah! Woo! All that for 20 rupees! That's what I want to see, baby. That's what it's all about. That's what I came here for. A little bit of Moist Critical. For all of you big friends of Moist Critical in chat. Thank you, little guy. There's a Don't Starve Terraria crossover? That makes sense. I want boo plotion. Boo plotion, please. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Don't want to talk to you no more. Bye-bye. There's also a Power World Terraria crossover and also Ultra Kill. Ultra Kill has Gianni Matrigano. Combat music because Uku's mad at me. Well, well, welcome back. Without further ado, we're off. I'll take your bluest potion, please. At least it's so windy that I'll dry off pretty quick, huh? Okay, so how do we get this fan going? Hi, chicken bird. Ah! I thought I was faster! I thought I was faster. Alright, cool. You can't handle my bluest potion. Potion seller. Doesn't that guy hate that video? I'm pretty sure I read that that guy hates his potion seller video. How do you guys feel about potion seller? Yes? No? We like our potion sellers? It feels like that's something I need to do, right? You can't handle my bluest potion, traveler. Please. Potion seller, I am going into battle, and I need your strongest potion. Well, darn. What does this need to do? He hates it, good and funny. He hates it, but he also did something else really good after that. I don't remember what. Yeah, he made a couple of videos with that, like, distortion effect, and then... Oh, guys, do I have to backtrack to... I better not have to backtrack. I'm actually going to lose my mind if I have to backtrack. Tell me straight. Tell me straight right now, backseat for me. Do I have to backtrack to get these fans on? Yeah, I do. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have a very justified crash out in about 3, 2. Aren't there vine pillars? But you can't claw shot while you're climbing on the vines. So, like, you can't, like, if you go over here, you can't claw shot. I guess what you need to do is this. Do you need to do this? Where was the big key? This is where the big key was? Ow. Why is this dungeon the meanest thing on planet Earth? Why does this dungeon toy with me? Doesn't it know I'm fragile? Doesn't it know I'm just a sad little being, barely alive, barely awake? I live only because I have to, not because I want to. Doesn't it know that? How cruel. How cruel a dungeon could be. How cruel a dungeon could be. How come no hearts? How come no hearts in the grass? Grass, no items, no hearts, no love, no joy, no friendship. Nothing good in the grass. You can grapple to the what does grappling to the mesh ceiling do for you? Stupid bird sounds. Because I know you can do that. Now what do you do? It's like a fun thing you can do, I guess. It's like a cool thing you can do, I guess. I don't know. Oh, you want me to lower all the way down to see if I can hit that? How are you supposed to know that you have to pull on that to start the fan? Like, how are you supposed to notice that? Realistically, Nintendo. Why are you evil and cruel to the people who love you? How do you feel about that? It wasn't at the right angle. Up we go. Also, I feel like the chain isn't that long. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the chain isn't that long. Right? Doesn't that feel like more range than the claw shot actually has? Get out of here, Uku. Get out of here, Uku. Chang'an. I haven't played Smite in a really long time. I'm kind of mad they made Smite 2. Can I be honest? I liked Smite 1. I'm mad they made Smite 2. Smite 2 is fun. It's a decent game. I just am mad they made it. One word from the... Okay, I gotta open that up. Give me a second. I gotta open that up. Give me a second. I gotta open that up. Give me a second. I gotta open that up. Give me a second. I gotta open that up. Give me a second. I gotta open that up. Give me a second. I gotta open that up. Give me a second. I gotta open that up. Give me a second. I gotta open that up. Give me a second. Give me a second. Are you giving me a second? I gotta open that up. Ah, bird! Okay. Alright, one of my favorite words. Butiracious. I'm a big fan of the word butiracious. I don't know if y'all like butiracious, but I'm a pretty big fan of the word butiracious. Oh my god, sorry. I don't mean to be yawning all the time, but I am actually kind of tired. Okay, here we go. I don't sleep good, and I never let myself try. These birds are harshing my style, guys. Favorite words are good. We're almost done with the dungeon. At least bedtime will be soon. Oh, I'm not going to bed after this. I am not going to bed after this. I don't know about you guys, but I know that some will be going to bed. But me, no. I will not be going to bed after this. But thank you for the concern. I'll probably be playing video games. I've been playing Wolong recently. I've been having a lot of fun with Wolong. Everybody should play a little bit of Wolong once or twice in their life. It's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game. It's the Koei Tecmo guys doing Dynasty Warriors again, but this time there's demons and it's like Dark Souls. It's pretty awesome. Oh man. Still got a lot to do. Oh, there's 2 of them now. At least no treasure chests. These guys have less health than the other one, though, right? Oh. I was worried about that. Let me destroy your friend! You can't run from me forever. They don't have a helmet, indeed, which makes them weaker. I need to watch the new episode of Reiwa no Dara-san. That came out today. I hope it's good. I've been enjoying the amount of love the anime has been getting. I'm really excited for that guy. He made something weird, and it's really paid off. It has a dedicated little fan base, and I'm glad. The manga is really good. I recommend looking into it. And the anime is really funny. And I'm glad for that. That wasn't that bad. Those guys aren't that bad. Ooh! That pays for the blue potion we bought earlier. Blue potion. I'm kind of tempted. I've been looking into... We do need to think about what game we're going to do next. This is unrelated to what I was about to talk about, but we do need to think about what video game we're going to be playing next. But I've been tempted to get the Age of Mythology... Or not Age of Mythology. Age of Empires 3 Definitive Edition. Because I do want the new content. You know what I mean? I want to play as the Polish or the Danes. Gun Souls? What about Gun Souls? But the next game we could play is Lies of P. How do you guys feel about Lies of P? But I know Psychonauts was a really popular option. Psychonauts could be fun. I need to sneeze again. Holy but Jesus, I've been sneezing a lot. I better not be getting sick. I'd be really mad if I got sick. I like the music in Lies of P, but not the actual boss music. I thought it was really funny. This might be a little bit mean, but I thought it was really funny that they put the names of the boss music in the boss rooms. Like, when you start the boss fight, it puts the name of the music in the corner, and I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to be looking this up afterwards. But the actual, like, the music that you get from the stereos Metroid Prime? I have never played a Metroidvania. Are you saying that Psychonauts because Halloween, so we should play maybe... Lies of P might be one I'm leaning towards. I don't know if you guys would like that, but Lies of P might be a fun one to play. I haven't played it since it released, which means that I didn't play a lot of the new, like, updates and stuff. I have never played a Metroidvania. Aww. We didn't need to buy a blue potion at all. There's a blue chew here. Also, there's our fairy. Speaking of fairies, I really like the music in Lies of P that is the tapes. That you pick up the records, I guess. They're records for a record player. Feel is one of my favorites, but Don Quixote is another really good one. I think it was called Don Quixote. Inthafen probably knows more. I know Inthafen's a really big fan of Lies of P. But I'm excited for the inevitable Hollow Knight 1 and 2. That's true! We do need to play Hollow Knight 1 and 2. And I have yet to play Hollow Knight. Would Hollow Knight be a good first Metroidvania? Hollow Knight would be a good first Metroidvania, wouldn't it? I don't know. I just want an excuse to play Lies of P again, I think. To see if it's different and if I like... Because when I first played it, I didn't really care for it. I was like, why is everybody saying this is the best Souls-like ever? I like Lords of the Fallen. Which, I'm like... That's kind of like an insane statement of the mentally deranged. Hollow Knight made you angry? They made heavy weapons much better in subsequent updates. Yeah, and that's the thing, is that I used the Fireman's Axe, which wasn't a heavy weapon, but it was a little bit bigger. But I think I just want an excuse to listen to Feel again in the context of the game. That was a genuinely really moving event. Also, I like Pinocchio's nose as a weapon. Close your eyes, come to me. Feel alright. It's a jazzy song. I'm not good at jazz, though. That dragon made a crop circle. This is such a cool boss. Argarok is all hype moments and aura. He is not a difficult boss, but he is awesome. He is very cool. Speaking of jazz, what do you mean? Is this dragon really into jazz? You like jazz? Okay, dragon time. More like Dragon D's nuts. We've gotten a little bit of mileage out of that. We've gotten a little mileage out of that on this one, huh? Huh? Here you go. Cool move. Cool move. Ah! Did he just, like, pull me? Was that what he was doing? Did he just, like, pull me with his wings? Or did the wind just pick up? The wind picks up. Funnily enough, in my last playthrough, this is the boss that got closest to me. He kept messing up his pseudo QuickTime event. Yeah. Hey, I have kind of an unpopular opinion. I like QuickTime events. How do we feel about QuickTime events? I'm kind of a fan of QuickTime events. I like QuickTime events. I think when used sparingly and only for moments that call for them, instead of being like the final boss is a QuickTime event, I like QuickTime events. They can be used well, most games don't. Yes, that is the thing. I think that QuickTime events can be really cool. Ah! It's heckin' windy. I am a pretty big fan of QuickTime events. It's when they're used in situations that don't make a lot of sense that I think why they... Like, the final boss of Space Marine 1 being a QuickTime event was really rough. Mass Effect Trilogy uses them well, methinks. I think so, too. I like the QuickTime events in Mass Effect 1, especially when breaking a grab and stuff like that. I think they're used pretty good in Resident Evil. I like the way they're used in Dead Space a lot, actually. Not so much like the later ones, but Dead Space 1 had good QuickTime events. The Dead Space Remastered is really good, guys. I was thinking about the Dead Space Remastered and I was like, wow, that gameplay is great. The story changes are not particularly good. Oh, he's up there. Guess we gotta go up. Lord Quinn is technically a QuickTime event if you parry him. I mean, that's generous, but we'll take it. Dark Souls games can be, the first Dark Souls especially can be compared to like turn-based combat, actually. I've seen that before, and I think it's pretty apt. Dark Souls 1 can be pretty turn-based. Yeah, baby! That's a glowing Twilight gemstone. That's what we need. Argarok is so cool. He's mad at us now. Ew, he's naked. Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 are way less turn-based combat. Dark Souls 2 is wild flailing, and Dark Souls 3 is a roll simulator. Yep, it's a naked dragon. I wonder if that got the game a T for teen rating. Convert thy Christian eyes to that of the naked dragon. The naked dragon has turned me from Christ. That's a really funny concept. Very good. How come I can't do a cool, like, mortal draw on his weird crystal gem? Let me hit it a little bit more. Whoa! Steven Universe reference! I have never seen Steven Universe. I don't think I ever really will. Sorry to all you Steven Universe fans out there. It just doesn't seem my cup of tea. I used to watch plot summaries when I was playing the Surge. If anybody's played the Surge. Because you can do a finisher, I think, on the third cycle, but it's not the same. It's not the same, Cobalt. Why doesn't he just fly at me with those big meaty talons? I'm not very fast. He's shy! Aw, we made him naked and now he's shy. Why do dragons breathe fire anyways? Because it's awesome. It's really cool. I actually don't know why they breathe fire. It's just always something that I'm like, yeah, dragons breathe fire because they can. It's like, it's a biological fact about them. I don't know. I don't know where the dragon's breathing fire came from. I know Chimera from Greek mythology could also breathe fire. So take that as you will. I'm sure there's like a well-documented reason that dragons breathe fire, but now you've piqued my curiosity and I'm gonna have to look it up later. Thanks, Cobalt. I remember him doing this. It caught me off guard the first time. So now it's something that I just remember he does. Will B see it? Probably not. This is something I always remember that he does. I don't know why. It's like one of the things that's stuck in my head. Finally, this accursed dungeon is finished. See, I always take about 2 hours on the City in the Sky. I can complete every other dungeon in the game in about an hour. But the City in the Sky, for some reason, takes me about 2 hours. Every time. Every time. Cool freaking heart piece. My cool freaking backstory. There it is. That's the last mirror shard, isn't it? That means we have one more dungeon and the end of the game. That's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal, my friends. That is a pretty big deal. Stinkle, you did it. It's the 4th shard. Now we have them all. Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon! The words of the sages. Do you remember them? Only the true ruler of the Twilight can destroy the mirror of Twilight. Zant could only break the mirror into shards. He couldn't utterly shatter it. That's proof of his false kingship. Yeah, what are you supposed to do in a world where the divine right to rule is very, very real? Stinkle, we have to hurry to the mirror chamber. After all, a fake is a fake. And no matter how much you dress it up, the real thing always wins. You got a heart container. You got a heart container. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, same finisher as he could have done with a fancy twirl before slamming the sword point down into the weak point. I feel like I just smacked it. From a cursory Google search, it seems mainly come from early Greek and biblical stories have giant serpents with burning breath. And apparently the first European dragon that breathed fire actually comes from Beowulf. The dragon in Beowulf could indeed breathe fire, couldn't it? That is true. The dragon in Beowulf could indeed breathe fire, couldn't it? I did know that the Greeks had a lot of, like, this animal breathes fire. I'm pretty sure in a, like, version of a story, the Hydra could breathe fire. I know the Chimera could. Yay! We're in the water! Woo! We fell into the water! That's a lot of birds. It's a scary amount of birds. That's a scary amount of boys. Well, okay. Alright. Beowulf is fun. You guys want to go back to Castletown? You guys want to go back to Castletown so we could play the double claw shot mini game? Did you know that this guy's name is Perlo? Though a lot of early stories that had things for breathing either fire, acidic, or poisonous breath. Yep. I'm not against it. Then we can see Tingle. We should look at Tingle with our eyes. Whoa! Here comes the postman. Make the girls double swoon. I love making girls swoon. I do it daily. Whoa, 3 letters. Okay. He also has a rabbit. Onward to mail! After we parted, I tried that word on all the statues I could find in Hyrule, but it was a disaster. How disappointing. But if I let something so small get to me, my dear father will scoff at me from beyond the mortal coil. I'm going back to the sanctuary in Kakariko Village to see if I can't find another lead. I certainly hope that if you find any more information, you will share it with me post-haste. The Dream Chaser, Shad. Wow, kid! Awesome! My son said that he wanted to write you a letter. He worked so hard on it. Goodness, yes. We thank you for all your help, both on land and in the sky. The other Uka thank you as well. Come visit us anytime. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, the star game that has swept Hyrule by storm is now available in Castletown! Even those of you who have beaten it once will find all new challenges and thrills. Come find us in the tent on the Westgate Road. We'll be waiting. Yep, his name is Perlo. He knew you were in the sky, he couldn't take letters to you because there are no roads that go straight up. They need to give him a roadway to the sky, or maybe a stairway to heaven. He needs to be able to get up there to say hello to me. I think I missed it. It's over here. I always forget that the town has been flipped. Zelda Postman is weaker than Skyrim Couriers. Well, I mean, the Zelda Postman can do horrible things to your game the Skyrim Couriers can't. I don't know if you've ever seen that, where, if you fall off the bridge at Eldin at the certain time and he talks to you, the game gets really, 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 really slow. Is that God? What is God saying? Is that a thumbs up? God is giving this game a thumbs up? Oh, fine day. I awaited you, good madam. The Star game created with you in mind, good madam. It's a special arena that costs 15 rupees a shot. Dare you try it? Many thanks, ma'am. The game will begin once you enter the cage. May chance favor you. Good madam, are you at the ready? Then away we go! God's calling you a chump? It's because he called me a chump. Ow! Why is the floor made of ouch? This is interesting. I've probably really goofed up the way you're supposed to do this. I'm only getting like 2 per. I have really goofed this up, huh? I think we're working our way backwards to the way we were supposed to do it. Definitely. Oh, close. Close, close. I like how there's a thing in the letter that specifically calls out Stinkle because she's only beaten the first level. Yep, it's a very specific call out because no one is supposed to beat it. Rather wiggly, no? What are you looking at me like that for? If you want revenge, it's a mere 15 rupees. Probably could have got it if he didn't hesitate at all. If I didn't hesitate at all? What do you mean? What makes you think I was hesitating on purpose? No hesitation is defeat. Is that what, the guy in Sekiro says? No aiming, just shoot for ball? But I want to aim. Why do you hate aimers? Those girls are really easy to impress. I hope they're having fun. Okay, there we go. Aimers are better than gamers, that's for sure. What the? You did it? Oh, what a magnificent day this is! The debut of a superstar! Let huzzas and accolades ring forth. To the superstar, I shall give this. You got the giant quiver. Congratulations. Yes, well and truly. You've claimed what you sought, so you're likely all through. Many thanks for playing, good madam. Don't come again. Oh, you again! Oh, how fine a day this is! It's you! How are you, madame? I hesitate to ask, as I full know well of your superstar status. But would you care to aim for even higher? Yes, good madame, for a limited time, the star game will cost, well, 20 rupees. Whew. Close shave. Oh, hey! Oh, very good fortune. How very unfortunate for us, good madam. Return any time. I'm ballin'! What am I supposed to do with 100 arrows? I like how that is the physical motion of, wow, I love! I love! Okay. There is a piece of heart in Kakariko Gorge we can get. Well, there's a piece of heart in Kakariko Gorge we can get. And then this is the last thing we need to do before we go into the Twilight Temple. $500 cigarettes. Yep, everyone has Malomart bags because Malomart is just that good. Alright. Let's get this piece of heart, warp to the mirror chamber, and then call it a night. How do we feel about that, chat? How do we feel about that, my beautiful, wonderful chatlings? I need to come up with a... Don't we need to come up with, like, a name for all of y'all? Chatlings might not be it. That has probably already been taken, and also... I don't know if you guys want to be little diminutive chatters. Eggies? You're my little eggers? No, I don't think we can say that with a hard R. That might not be allowed. I don't think we can do that. My little eggies. I posit Bajuka Mojo Mamas. I can't say that. It has to be something I can say on the fly. What do you think, my Bazooka Joe Mamas? Yeah, but the thing is, I can't say eggy. Eggers. It doesn't. It's too much. It's too strong. It's too powerful. I don't know if you guys want to be eggs. Don't you want to hatch? Wouldn't you love to be hatch? Little hatched beings. Bazooka Joe Mamas. Alright, I think that the last two is in that dungeon, is it not? Oh man, that's gonna be awesome to have every heart ever. Can you imagine? Leaning into the, leaning into the Velociraptor thing. I understand. I understand, and I appreciate it. I like that you guys are giving me ideas, but I also reserve the right as your God King to make fun of the ideas. All right, I'm gonna call it here before it gets a little bit sillier. All right, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I hope you had fun. I always do when you come in to say hello. It's been great. I got a little bit peeved at this dungeon, but that's because I'm a little baby. I'm a little piss baby, and I'm a little bit of a diva. But it was fun, and I had a great time, and I hope you guys did as well. I hope you guys sleep well. I hope you have a good night. Yep, I will take a drink of some milk and then say goodbye and good night. Thank you so much for coming in to say hello. Bye-bye!